Big shout out, big shout out, big shout out. Good morning, everyone. It's Jrod on point. I'm very glad to be here. Big shout out to everyone watching. It's very appreciated. Today we talking about the Delphi murders and Richard Allen. Right now, everybody's waiting for a verdict. It's been a very interesting case. Big shout out to Speakman Holding. He introduced me to this case, and it was very interesting to me. The very particular details in this case. I wanna send shout out to Glowy. Big shout out to Glowy. Thank you for being here. Very so much appreciated. Big shout out to Glowy. Very so much appreciated though. Very so much appreciated. Thank you for being here. Let me know if any questions, anything that in particular y'all want to talk about the Delphi case. I'm actually make a poll real quick. Make a poll. I should have done it a little bit earlier. But I've been very busy, very busy. And for those that was waiting for the Young Dolph live stream of our conclusions on that case, we are going to we're gonna set up the live stream. We're gonna schedule the live stream. Hopefully that'll be the next one. We're gonna switch up a few live streams around. We're gonna add another one. Hopefully y'all realize that we have made all our live streams and videos we have made in public for everyone to watch. I'm gonna do that since all the way from my birthday, which is today, all the way to December 31st, and then in New Year's Eve, actually New Year's Day, January 1st at 12 a.m., which I will be here. I will be live celebrating the New Year's Eve, New Year's with ya. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be live with ya. I'm gonna have the family here. So I want the whole family celebrate the New Year's with ya. So today's question is on the poll. Richard Allen. Richard Allen. Guilty or innocent? I want to know how y'all feel. I really want to know how y'all feel about this case. All right, let's see here. All right, big shout out to the 31 people watching. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and share the content. So let's vote. Let's vote on top. Delphi case, Richard Allen, guilty or innocent. Let me know how y'all feel. It'll be very appreciated to know how y'all feel about this case. Y'all more than welcome to enter the conversation in the chat. For those that are being subscribed to us for a week, we doing that to avoid the trolls, avoid the ignorant people that don't know how to come to a chat room and have a conversation about the topic that we are talking about. They want to talk about anything else besides what we are focusing on. So, and also, I would love to have conversations with our community, people that are being here for at least a week. You know what I mean? Um, it'll suck. It'll suck for those that wait a week being subscribed to actually comment and say something ignorant and then get blocked. You know what I mean? That'll suck for you. Um, But hopefully make sure that you take a full advantage of the opportunity that that you have to have a conversation with us, enter to the chat, and have a good time while we're talking about true crime and making sure that we try to have the best analysis about these cases to try to get justice for the victims, at least having conversations, at least putting in the air what it coulda, shoulda, woulda about these true crime cases. Let me know what y'all know about the Delphi case in the chat. That'll be great. Today we're gonna we were supposed to have Mr. Speakman holding with us, but um something came up. He got things to do, some other things going on. So we're gonna postpone his visit today, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna reschedule the live stream with my brother Speakman holding for some other time. But for the time being, we are going to utilize the opportunity to have a great conversation with the community, and hopefully we could engage to a agree to disagree conversation, which is always very, very essential. It's very essential for the true crime community to stick together and try to have conversations about these true crime cases that are very interesting, especially when it seems that law enforcement either don't have no idea about what they're doing, or they're actually protecting someone or protecting a group, which unfortunately uh, in America we see a lot of that. We have seen that in the Kiely Rodni case. We have seen that in the Idaho fall. Um, and way before those two cases, it was a Delphi case, which I have followed for quite a few years. But after I started my content career, I wasn't uh really not having focus on that, even though I did follow the case and whatnot. Um, it didn't cut my curiosity. But then when time went on and details started to flourish, and all the intricacies and details that a lot of people been kind of like ignoring. I would like to say it's a lot of details that people being ignoring. And again, in the same way I tell people, listen, pay attention to the details before Bryan Kohberger. I tell the people the same thing in the Idaho fall case. And then in the Delphi case, I tell you the same thing, which is pay attention to everything that it was going on and everything that it happened way before Richard Allen even came to the conversation. We cannot sit here in true crime and be like, well, the cops are doing a good job. They have had quite a few multiple names, quite a few multiple suspects within that case, but at the end of the day, you end up with a whole different suspect. We a whole different person outside of all the people that it was being talking about. And that sounds sus to us. That's very, 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 very weird when law enforcement is being focusing in quite a few suspects in this particular case, quite a few suspects, quite a few names involved in this case. But out of a sum, from multiple suspects, we end up with one suspect. And the evidence that they try to utilize to lock up this man and put all this spaghetti on him doesn't have nothing to do with the crime scene. It doesn't have nothing to do with the manner of death of the victims. So knowing that that's not going to stick to this Richard Allen, then now they have to find legal ways to do illegal things to try to get a confession out of the guy, mistreating him, abusing him. Shit, for far as we know, he wasn't even registered as he was arrested for a long time. It looked like literally the state kidnapped a guy with a fabrication. And then due to that, they knew that what they fabricated to get him arrested is not going to help out. Then now they have to use dirty tricks, dirty legal tricks to lock up the man, abuse the man, put him under pressure, and squeeze, no Diddy, and squeeze a confession that even though if you squeeze a confession out of someone, you still have to prove that what that person is confessing is evidence that what this person is talking about is correct. Because you can't just lock someone up with their own confession. Things doesn't work like that in court, people. I don't know who y'all been listening to in true crime and whatnot, but in case y'all didn't know, y'all here listening to Jrod On Point from the On Point Family, Dewert Entertainment Network CEO. You're welcome. Very appreciated. Thank you for being here. I'm very humble to having y'all listening to us today. But it's very interesting how we see the government, for some particular reason, play the people's, it's like playing with the people's ignorance, insulting people's intelligence. Because how one way early in the days when this particular case was all about, why it was so much conversation about many other suspects that didn't have nothing to do with Richard Allen, and many other situations that it looked at more comprehensive. It looked at like it make more sense those other situations than this Richard Allen situation. I totally don't understand how the government is just gonna sit there and act like they didn't have many conversations about many other suspects that don't have nothing to do with Richard Allen, and they make more sense to this case than Richard Allen. Why the authorities, after so many years, they were still trying to hide the manner of death of the victims and how the victims were found at the location? Because they didn't want the details of a ceremony, a sacrificial ceremony, to be put in the eyes and ears of the people of the community. Because if that comes out, it's gonna expose very dark things about that particular community, which are attached to the state, or let's say people that work for law enforcement and Department of Justice, and people that are attached to the people that's supposed to be protecting you, is the same people making sacrificial lambs out of humans. And do they have power within the county? knows people that knows people that knows people, very well connected, especially when the whole community seems that they are all involved in the same cult. I wonder why white people is not asking the right questions. I wonder why when people are saying like, yeah, Richard Allen did it, yeah, Richard Allen, he confessed to it. He looks suspicious. His wife looks suspicious, and da 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 da. Listen, it don't matter if someone looks weird and act weird. You still have to prove that that person killed these two young females. So you're gonna tell me a single man, a one man, a short, fat, short man by himself is gonna contain two girls? And then the theory and the story that they making out to make people believe that this is how he had control of the girls, it was making believe that he had a weapon. Oh, that was the only way that he could have control of two girls, because we know a common sense will tell you if the girls, if it's one guy and the girls don't see a gun, you know for a fact that these girls are going to run. If they see a fat, chubby, little chubby guy, goofy, with a knife, you know these girls are gonna yet. They're gonna be out. They're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh at him while they running away because this fat ass is not gonna catch him. It seems that people forget a very essential detail when this whole story started. When the story says that the sister of one of the youngins left them at the bridge because at the other side of the bridge they were supposed to meet family members at the other side of the bridge, and that means multiple. That means that the sister of one of the victims left the victims at the one side of the bridge, and they crossed the bridge because they were allegedly were about to meet family members at the other side of the bridge. You know who else you call family members when they are not family members of you? Cult members. Because cult members call other cult members family. You understand what I'm talking about? So when the story came out saying that the sister left the young ladies there because they were about to cross the bridge to meet family members at the other side of the bridge, that means that it was already plotted for the girls to cross the bridge and they were about to be met at the other side by multiple people. But y'all want to make the world believe that this one man, Richard Allen, took control of two young ladies that could have run away from his fat ass. And the government want to make a theory. He had control of the girls because he had a weapon, he had a gun, and that's from where the bullet come from, and all these cycle on cycle bullet or whatnot, that he was 2 inches deep in the soil on the ground and whatnot. Now they try to make that, they make believe that this bullet was part of a crime scene, that the manner of death did not have nothing to do with a weapon. And y'all think that we're gonna sit here and believe anything the government is telling us just because you say so? Just because you say so? We're gonna sit here and you're gonna feed us a whole bunch of poop? And you think we're gonna sit here and be like, manja, manja, give me more, nyam, 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 manja, poop, poop, the poop, huh? Do you think that that's what we do here? The news media outlets and big content creators, even small content creators, gonna give nothing but poop to the community about criminal cases, and y'all really swear and think that we're gonna sit here and eat that poop? It's very disrespectful to know that these people out there, they are willing to push a lie. And if people don't believe that lie, they're gonna attack you, or they're gonna talk shit about you. Oh, yeah, Richard Allen is innocent, is guilty, but there you have Jrod on point saying that he's innocent because yada 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 yada. He don't know what he's talking about. Da 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 da. But what you don't understand is what you're talking about don't make no sense about Richard Allen. It doesn't make no sense, dude. All these fantasy, all this true crime make believe fantasy that you have going on in YouTube. All these fabricating angles, fabricating highlights, fabricating news, fabricating bombshells, fabricating all this stupid shit. The only people that actually pay attention to the details of the case is going to actually articulate what really is going on and tell the people the closest information that actually makes sense about it. Because when we see here and feed the people a whole bunch of I think and I believe because this and this and that, but when we go through the whole story of what it being says out there, is very simplistic details that people either miss purposely to actually favoritize their theories and favoritism to their takes. And I think that's wrong. Because again, for you to get to the conclusions that you take, you have to process all the information. You can't just say like, oh, I believe that the wife is a confidential informant and this and this and that and da when the wife has not ever been mentioned as being part of the whole court process at all. So the wife have not even been part witness, no nothing. They don't even talk about the lady. The lady is not part of the case. So when fellow content creators include a lady that don't have nothing to do with the case, that even though is the wife of the alleged suspect, but for the past how long, the only time they have mentioned this lady when we're talking about his confession, which this lady is not even testifying on that confession. We have a whole bunch of alleged workers of the state from the prison system coming and testify that yeah, this guy confessed to the crime. All right, cool. Y'all said that he confessed, but now if he confessed, where is the proof? Where is the evidence that'll make sense that these men killed these victims? Where's any DNA trace? Where is because again, it seems that these young ladies, it seems that they die out of loss of blood. They were stabbed in particular places which her blood was running out of them while they were still alive. For what the story says, this was a ceremony. This was an evil sacrificial. The blood was involved. Stabs and punctures in particular places which will keep the victim alive for a certain time while the blood is draining out of their body, while they celebrating with their blood, the blood of virgins, the blood of virgins. While they doing those rituals, while the blood is coming out of the body, the victims has to be alive while the blood is dripping out of them for the ceremony to actually be successful. But y'all don't want to talk about these details. Y'all want to talk about make-believe shit. They want to talk about shit that y'all create on top of your head and make it sound fantastic. Make a nice title for people to click on it. But what you're selling to the people is a pure fantasy. How in the heck anyone will believe that Richard Allen had anything to do with this, with what they're using to locate the guy at the crime scene? It do not indicate nor confirm that this guy took part on the killing of these young ladies. Again, that bullet that they try to use to locate the guy at the how you doing, Amy Conway? Thank you for being here. Very appreciated. Big shout outs to you. Thank you for passing by. Very appreciated. It's gonna be a very short live stream. It's gonna be a very short live stream. That's why I'm giving the people the meats and potatoes. So like that, when they click on it, they listen to the meats and potatoes. I'm not cutting corners in this one. But they try to use a bullet to locate Richard Allen at the crime scene. That particular bullet nor any type of weapon was used on the commission of the crime of the murder of these two young ladies. No bullet, no gun. The victims did not have shot wounds, or they were not shot. It seems that they were punching with whatever knife or whatever they used to make a puncture, an incision in particular places of the body to have a blood drainage. To then have the festivities, have the celebration, and have the mass, sacrificial mass that they have years ago, which we believe the people that are connected with law enforcement and Department of Justice within the local community and county were involved. And that's just involved, but participating and also participating on the cover-up of it, involving government officials, involving governmental figures, respected governmental figures, to try to cover this up. And all for a sick fantasy of a particular community that are involved in cults. And that's the dark side of United States of America, the cults. These crazy motherfuckers that they believe they are gods, or they are God's messengers, or their gods, whatever they believe is God for them. They get connected, they get plugged in, they get in positions of power for the simple reason that they know that one day they're gonna need those positions of power, because they doing some fucked up shit, and they need people in positions of power to be part of those cults So whenever they do their fuckery, they get away with murder. That's what's going on with the Delphi case. Sick people connected to the government, connected to the state, using humans as sacrificial lambs, and then get away with it. Not just get away with it, and instead of call it a cold case and get away with it with a cold case, now you trying to not just sacrifice the two youngins that you just sacrificed, but you also want to sacrifice more. Because then now you want to sacrifice a whole possible innocent man. So you sacrificing everything and anything in front of you, as long as you get away with murder and do not and not embarrass the cult, not embarrass the county, not embarrass the township. Why it seems that the tough questions about the family of the victims has not been asked. How come the people have not asked, okay, so if the story is that the sister of one of the victims left both girls on one side of the bridge and they were supposed to meet family members at the other side of the bridge? That was actually said at one point of this case. So how come if this youngin told the cops that the girls were supposed to meet family members at the other side of the bridge, how come that the whole story was not investigated proper? Because the last person to see these girls alive was the sister. So how come the sister did not get investigated? How come that the story that the sister gave the authorities did not get investigated? Because if it would have got investigated, y'all would have found out that she was lying, and y'all would have found out who was behind that lie. That's why protecting the family, you are protecting the killers. Not saying that the family killed them, but I'm saying that the family probably enabled the killing of their own kid, just to gain cookie points with the cult, just to gain cookie points of probably money and favoritism. Probably you dead broke, you need money, and you could spare a child for the cult. So now you end up getting paid under the table, clearing up all your bills, just because now you facilitated not just your daughter, but her friend too. Why people don't talk like that could be a possibility? Because if you ask me, that makes more sense. That makes more sense than talking about a Richard Allen. Talking about why y'all didn't investigate the sister's story. Because if in reality, she left her sister there with her friend to meet family members at the other side, who was those family members? Was those really family members, or they were supposed to meet one of the girl's boyfriend and the father-in-law? That's what you call family? One of the girl's boyfriend and the father-in-law at the other side of the bridge? What's going on here? White people's not talking about this shit. People want to focus on the whole story the state is throwing at y'all. But y'all not asking the tough questions about the whole story. If the sister left her sister and her friend on one side of the bridge because they were supposed to meet family members at the other side of the bridge, where that story ends. Where was the story after that? Where was the whole full investigation about that, what the sisters said? Because again, if the sisters said that they were supposed to meet family members at the other side, who was those family members? Where's the confirmation? Where's the text? Where's the call that confirmed this story? But no, they didn't want to investigate that, because they knew if they confront their story, if they confront that story, they're going to expose who's the real killers. It's no Richard Allen. What are you talking about? It was never no Richard Allen. For the past how many years, we've been talking about everything and anything but a Richard Allen. We were talking about a whole bunch of other people. A whole bunch of other people. But then when the trail got real hot on those people, oh, a Richard Allen came all about. A Richard Allen with a made up story, and a story that don't make no sense in court. Actually, don't make no sense in true crime. It is these news outlets and content creators try to make it make sense, but they sound ridiculous while they try to make the story make sense for them. Listen, I pray to God that this man gets found innocent, because the court, it really don't matter if I believe his lawyers didn't do a good job, because if you ask me, his lawyers could have done better. 100%. His lawyers could have done way better. But I believe that even though the representation of Richard Allen was very low class, I believe that these men should be found innocent, because whatever they throwing at these men, it does not prove, no confirm, no indicates that these men took part of this killing at all whatsoever. It's a whole made up story all the way to the bullet. All this other stuff that is decorating that bullet is just to make believe shit. It's all to make to have a jury and make believe the jury. They could even have a mall in the jury if they really want these men to be guilty. Do you understand me? It's ways for them to manipulate the jury by remote for them to get the conclusion that they want. The government could do this shit. It's in the same way that Karen Reed. Karen Reed didn't have nothing to do with what happened to her boyfriend. But the government is so stubborn on trying to cover that murder of John O'Keefe, that they even influencing the court for the court to misbehave and have a misprocedure and retrial this young lady when she was found innocent. The court knew she was found innocent. The court knew she's innocent. But they still use the court and the staff inside of that court to keep Karen Reed within the system. So everybody keep talking about Karen Reed, but don't talk about the real killers. This is what your government is doing. Again, I'm glad that Trump is back. I'm glad that Trump is back, because all these fuckery is being happening with the Democrats. Yes, you heard me saying it. All this fuckery, okay? All this fuckery, the Kiely, Rodni, the Idaho 4, all these other crimes that literally looks like the government is covering the killing. If you ask me, it seems like Democrats are behind all these crimes. I swear to God. In my personal opinion, if you ask me, it's a whole bunch of Democrats that are killing people, and because they are in power and they've been in power, They try to get away with all this killing. That's what it seems to me. People in politics, like family members of people in politics, are committing crimes to get away with murder, to fulfill the fantasy of, like, yeah, I have family members in the government. They will cop out for me. They'll protect me and stuff. So guess what, people? I'm tired of all of y'all. I'm tired of all of y'all. I'm tired of all these government agencies that they think they got, that they think that they could do whatever they want, and they're not gonna get consequences out of that. Guess what? I believe in God. I believe that He's a God, Lord Jesus. I believe that His justice in earth. And I believe that whatever you do in the dark is gonna come out to the light. So this is gonna be my closing statement before the verdict come out. This is my closing statement. Big shout out to Speakman Holding, my brother from another mother. I can't wait to have this conversation with him after the verdict come out, and hopefully we could have a great topic, a great showing for y'all the people. Again, even though if we disagree, that's my brother from another mother. It's a lot of respect between me and Mr. Speakman Holding. It's a lot of respect. But this is my final statement. This is my closing about the Delphi case before the verdict. Y'all already heard it. Y'all already heard it. Have a good night, Amy. Yeah, I'm closing the show right now with my closing statements. I appreciate. Thank you for coming. Have a great day. I might see you tomorrow. But with my closing statements about the Delphi case and Richard Allen. Richard Allen should be found innocent because these men at this day today, the state has not proved that these men had anything to do with that crime. These men should be found innocent and never being able to be tried ever again. No, that double jeopardy and all that stuff gotta go. Yeah. These men should be found innocent and be left alone. And he should be able to sue the state. He should be able to sue the state and get paid by the state. If this man is found guilty with the presentation the state put together, the state set up Richard Allen for failure and to have him as a scapegoat and to put this murder in the books as they got away with murder again. I do believe in the United States system and the United States Constitution. I do believe in United States justice system. I do not believe on the people that is running the system, but I believe and trust the system. So if it's anyone within the system that it could stop all this fuckery, I advise the justice comes through. This is Jrod on Point, Dewert Entertainment Network. Thank you so much for spending this hour with me. Big shout out to Chloe. Big shout out to Amy Conway. Thank you so much for being here. Very so much appreciated. It's gonna be a short one because you know me. Now this Delphi case is wrapping up. I just wanted to come up and give you my take on it before the verdict. Hopefully everything pans out well for everyone, for Richard Allen and the victims and everything. We just hope and pray that the legal system in the United States of America at some point becomes great again. As always, he's your favorite brother, your mother's favorite son, the Black Sheep, Jrod on Point. Don't forget, all our videos and live streams are gonna be public all the way until December 31st. January 1st, 12 a.m. Every single live stream, every single video is gonna go to members only. And we are going to start a new year with new content. Okay? So whatever content we have made all the way up to 2024, at the end of 2024, everything is gonna go to members only. So make sure that you get your membership. Make sure you get your sponsor package, because the sponsor packages is gonna be able to see exclusive content that other members won't be able to see. So if you're a member, make sure that you upgrade to sponsor package whenever you're able. If you want to watch the whole amount of whatever content we put in that session for them. And make sure that you keep in contact with your boy Jrod on Point, because we got many new things going on. Make sure that y'all become co-hosts. Make sure y'all become partners. And make sure that y'all keep the love coming. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. My love for Chloe. My love for Amy Conway, all our moderators and members. Thank you so much. And as always, please believe in yourself, because I believe in you. If I did it, you could do it too. I ain't nothing special. I believe that you're going to take the best decisions in life for yourself and for everyone around you. Take care of yourself, love yourself so you'll be able to love others. Take care of yourself so you'll be able to take care of others. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow once again at Dewert Entertainment Network. Big shout out to everyone, and we are out.
Salga la luz, sexy millar, la que me tira a la guiña, aunque andes con su man, vamos a misionar.
Come over here and let me know your name, boy. Your sexy smile got me checking for your seal. You caught my eyes and I'm seeing if you're single.